Good evening, everyone. Cannot say that. Good evening, everyone. I have to say the I have to roll my R in order to say that. But good evening. Good evening. Welcome. Welcome. This is Sajival, and today is the second day of the second week of me trying to learn art one day at a time. Yesterday, we did this exercise that is currently on screen with my with what am I trying to say? I'm already a little bit of a lost. First of all, I'm a little bit sick. I'm a little bit under the weather. I guess I talked about it yesterday. Well, last night my throat was a little sore. It's just been raining like all week long, and since I ride a bike to work, I just tend to get like drenched in water. So, yep, that will get you sick. With enough exposure, you will get sick. Let me move my desk a little bit. Okay, that seems good. But yeah, as I was saying, yesterday we did this little exercise for the boxes. Tonight I wanted to try it again. I'm probably gonna just like be silent for a few minutes, and I'll try to do it like very consciously, very slowly. I'm not gonna rush at all. Just wanna see if I'm like in the capability of doing it, right? I also drew for a few minutes at work today. My stream is not muted, right? Give me 1 second. I should probably check that before going on further. Yep. Yeah, it seems fine. Okay. I'm still like learning things. But yeah, let's give this a try and see how it goes. So I'm gonna make a new layer. Well, I guess I should open PureRef. Just was the... Yesterday I was trying to do this exercise like completely blind, right? Like I was going out of my way to not what am I trying to say? To like not try to use the guidelines that the exercise was giving me. But tonight I wanna be like... tonight I wanna do the whole exercise since I didn't spend since I won't spend that much time with the explanation that I did last night, like right as I started the stream. So since I'm not spending time on that, I just wanna like God, I am not being able to focus tonight. Wonder why that is. Am I just tired, or am I just... It's only Wednesday. I shouldn't be so tired. But yeah, I'm trying to say is that yesterday I was just trying to rush the exercise since I had spent a lot of time giving a little like introduction and explanation to the topic, and just trying to like explain why I want to do this exercise and why I think it's important, or why I have heard it's important, I guess I should say. But tonight, since I already got that out of the way, just gonna start with this exercise now. And I'm gonna do like the full exercise this time. I'm not gonna rush it. Let me get my reference in place. I guess I could use this one on this other side. It gives us like more information that we can use. I guess I need both, really. Alright, yeah, I think that this setup that I have right now should be adequate. Right, so I'm gonna make a new layer here. And I'm just gonna start. Gonna be a little bit loose with this first step, mainly because I just want to establish the principle, the main shapes. So like I said, I'll be a little bit more silent than I normally am, just because I really want to do this like very consciously and very like intentional, with a very intentional like focus. Like I really want to learn this. So also I did this at work today, well, during one of my breaks. I'm not like, well, I do draw at work, but not that much because I don't want to get I don't want to get in trouble. But I did do this on traditional media, right, on pen and paper, because I thought that it would be easier, right? Like it just seems, I just had the impression that I have more control in traditional media, or traditional mediums rather, than with digital art. And kind of, yes, I would say so, but at the same time, that it didn't really help to like towards the success of this exercise. Like I just basically learned that the exercise is just hard no matter the medium. And I guess it was a little bit encouraging, because I'm not gonna lie, like last night I didn't felt great that I couldn't like perfectly execute this exercise. But knowing that it wasn't like my inability with the digital tablet, which is definitely there, right? Like I am definitely not adept at using this thing yet. It wasn't really that. It was more of a... Well, it was that combined with the fact that I have not done this exercise like... how should I say this? Like I have not done this exercise like, oh my god, what I'm trying to say. I have not done this exercise before. That's what I'm trying to say. Why is it so hard to draw the 45-degree angle? You would think that it's the easiest one. Like this, it's all parallel lines. Damn, it's not that easy. All right. Is this correct? Kind of. Not really. I could just take this one and replicate it and rotate it, but I want to do like I said, I want to be very purposeful in what I'm doing. So like just trying to draw this is not only practice for like this exercise, but it's also practicing my dexterity with my tablet, which is definitely lacking, like I said. So let's try this again. So this is the fourth one. I'm just gonna do like this. Is that better? I think so, yeah. Right. So now that we have that established, let me use like the whole page, just because it's probably gonna do better for like traditional, for like vertical video formats. Right. So what I noticed last night, while like after on during my second exercise, is that we are kind of placing the horizon line. Well, this is a top view, right? View. Is that how you write view? I think so. But if it wasn't, if it was a side view, this panel here would be like standing on under this horizon line, and then all these lines would go towards it, right? Like we would have that sort of thing, right? And that it's something that I should take into account today. Something that I find a little bit strange, right, is that the artist I'm referencing, which by the way, his name is, let me, Pete Pete Show. Think so? Yeah. Pete Show. And he does this like bounding box, like very softly. And within this bounding box, he has this, well, let's do the horizon line that I said. And this first so this is A, right? A, B, C, D, and this is A1. He doesn't do like this, like he doesn't do this for A1, right? A1 is more like within this bounding box. And it doesn't reach this top line, it's like just below it, like around there. And I wonder why, because under my impression, right, like under my assumptions, I would have placed that line up here. This is A1, let's do B2. Guess I'll need this space, so let's not put B2 there. That's something that I noticed, is that, well, this is gonna sound so dumb, But I was trying to use like a single perspective point for every single one of these boxes, right? Like if this is B1, C1, and D1, I was trying to like like project them all to the same point in my head. So I think that that was giving me like massive issues, right? Like I didn't quite, it wasn't, I felt like I wasn't able to grasp what I was doing wrong. And it's because that's not what this exercise is about, right? We're not making a perspective composition. We're making individual boxes, and each one of these boxes has its own like vanishing points. I understood that today at work. I don't know why it didn't catch on last night. I was grabbing some water. So yeah, I think that that's gonna help me today. Let's do this box here, this guiding box. Like I said, I want to be very thorough and very like deliberate in what I'm doing. So he does that, right? And we still have this middle horizon line. From here we're gonna. But this time on this this B1 box, it does reach the top here in the corner. And I don't see how this rotating that way just pushes this corner so like up above. I don't really understand that part. It's just like my instinct is just telling me like this whole bounding box should be A1. But I don't know. I'm if you're an artist, you have done this before, and for some reason you just stumbled upon this video, please help me. Please help me understand why that is. Or if I'm right, just, well, I guess I'll give myself a pat on the back. I think that this triangle here should be this angle here should be the same as this one, is what my assumption is. Yeah, that's better. Alright, we're not gonna do cleanup yet, but we will eventually. Let me try to do the bounding box again. Definitely have like a tendency to skew things towards one side. Right, so there's our bounding box. Oh, by the way, I have new music today. Yesterday I forgot to credit the artist. I'm dumb. I did mention it on stream, but I didn't put him on the description. I need to go back and do that. But this one, today's artist, is on the description, so if you like it, you can check them out. I think that they're still active. I'm still posting like new music. The artists I used yesterday, I don't think they are active anymore. But yeah. So here, I'm just gonna pretend that the vanishing points are like somewhere around along the horizon line, like towards infinity to the sides. So I'm just gonna do this. And that. Man, has anyone like... Does anyone uses use does any of you use this? Does anyone of you use a drawing tablet with no screen, right? Like just a plain drawing tablet on an incline? Is that a thing? Like putting the tablet like inclined, like 15 degrees maybe, so that it's like raised, so that you're not, I don't know how to explain it, so that like your pen grip can be a little bit more ergonomic, I guess. I wonder if that's a thing. Because I know that using an inclined desk is a thing, but I don't know about just inclining the tablet itself. I guess it should be the same, but I don't want to like invest money on I don't know, some sort of what should we call it, like a device that helps me do that, and then realize that I don't actually like it. I think that my current setup is serviceable enough. I do want a new desk, because this one is just like very, very old. I think this desk, I inherited it from my brother, who was studying industrial design many years ago. This desk, I think it was bought in 2006. So yeah, it's a little bit old. Man, some people watching YouTube right now are probably younger than this desk. That's kind of wild to think. Oh, what did I just do? Okay, I need to swap. I was gonna do this last weekend, but I forgot. I need to like mess around with my Tourbox controls. So I basically copied Kawaii Sensei's Tourbox setup, just because I wanted a place to start and I wasn't quite satisfied with the default profile. But yeah, I'm already noticing that there are things that I don't like, which is like, right, it just means that Kawaii Sensei and I do things differently. Let me retry this one. It should be like a little bit lower. Right, so we're using the guiding lines, right? But it's definitely giving us like a lot more control over the exercise. And I'm still grasping the concept, right? Like I kind of get what I'm doing now. Like I can replicate this box with like a little bit more confidence. Right, like I know that this is a box that is 45 degrees angled like towards me. This is a box that is, I shouldn't rush. Yeah, because they end up looking very similar. Hmm. Right? Of course they're not perfect and they're like a little bit crooked. A little bit like quite crooked, but I think they're better than the ones I was doing last night. But this is a mistake. This shouldn't happen. That should only happen on this one. Like this angle should not line up. That's an observation I just made. Let's retry this. So because this, like, this is the center line here. Right, because the center is here and this vertex moved towards there, it's gonna make these lines like a little bit sharper towards the, I suppose, as if they were in the middle, because they would be like a little bit more like that. I don't know if that's clear, but in my mind it is. Let me raise my screen a little bit. Okay, that's the max. Okay. So these ones on this side should be sharper than the ones on the angle at the other side. Is that correct? They almost lined up, but it was a better attempt. Alright, let's continue the exercise. We'll have to practice that. So now we have A2. Let's go slow, patient, and purposeful, mindful of what I'm doing. And now on A2, like this time, since we are rotating towards us, right? Like this vertex here, I need to learn the names of things in English. But this edge here of this square is gonna come towards us. Like if this is a square looking from the side, this is this edge. This is gonna come like that. And that makes it so basically the horizon line is no longer here in the middle. It goes up. Because, how do I explain this? And by how do I explain this is rather how do I comprehend this? It's as if we Is this the horizon line moving? I don't think it is. I think it's just I'll have to think about that a little bit more. But now we don't only have, like, for this line here, for A1 we only had that vanishing point and we only had this vanishing point, right? So we had two. We were not concerned with the vanishing point below. Now we will be. Now we're going to. So since we're gonna have about how many vanishing points is this? Let me think about it. I think it's 4. Give me just a second. I'm receiving a phone call right now. Sorry about that. My I don't know why I never receive phone calls, but yesterday and today I have just I've just received like a couple of phone calls, and when your family calls you out of the blue, it's a little bit scary. But it wasn't anything. My grandmother just wanted to talk to me. I'll call her. I told her that I'll call her later today or maybe tomorrow. But yeah, back to what we were doing. So I think I'm gonna have. Let me analyze this, because I think that for this A column, we're only gonna have the vanishing points above and below, and I think we can kind of ignore the ones to the side, and that happens because we're standing like right in front of the cube, or the cube is like directly facing us. So we just have to do this, right? Let me put my hand back in my Tourbox. Right. I wonder if I could get like a graphic for the Tourbox that just shows what I'm doing. It would be a fun plugin to have, just to be showing what interface I'm using. It's not a keyboard. I mean, if you're an artist, you probably know what a Tourbox is. Is this correct? I'm gonna assume that it is. I think that they are a little bit skewed, like vertically. They seem to be like a little bit flattened. So I'm gonna extend it like a little bit here, just to like course correct. Right, we're still gonna use this same... Why did that happen? Weird. Still gonna use like this guiding line here, but I'm gonna place the horizon like up here. And this line is not gonna go all the way up to this edge here. It's just gonna be here. And I'm just gonna go back down here. And I'm gonna project, like in this one, in this case, we are actually dealing with... vanishing points that I don't fully grasp. Right, like this is where I start like fumbling a bit, or like doubt the stuff starts succeeding. I'm gonna draw what I'm seeing, and then I'll try to analyze why it happens. Right there, and then from here, if that line is going that way. Oh no, wait, no, that's not right. No, I almost made a false assumption. Hmm. So that's kind of what I'm seeing here. So these lines are going towards a vanishing point that it's not quite sitting right on the horizon line. Right? Like it's somewhere there. So this one is like not quite right. It should be more like that. Is what I'm seeing. And these ones are going that way, right? When I see it like this one should be like a little bit more like that. And these ones are going like to a vanishing point somewhere down below here, right? Like very, very down below there. So we still have like 3 vanishing points. I guess when the object is not turning in a certain direction and it's directly facing you, you kind of lose 1 vanishing point. That's what I'm noticing right now. I don't know if that's correct. Once again, if you're an artist and you for some reason reach this point of the stream, thank you. And I would very much appreciate your feedback. But that's definitely better than last night. Let me try this one. Mm-hmm. Is this going like towards the middle here? Like just like that? And then it just goes down below somewhere. And from here. Yeah, I could technically do this. It would be more helpful. How does this look? This is wrong. They should be going more like that so that they converge somewhere. Right, like... Let me flip the canvas. Man, I don't want to get sick. I'm starting to feel it a little bit. You know, when you know that, you know, you're starting to feel that you're gonna get sick in the coming days. Not now, but like 2 days from now, you're gonna be sick. I hate it. Right. We'll do the same here. Then from here, let me see if I learned. So we're gonna place this vertex here. And then... Hmm. They don't look like squares, but I think it's because of that tendency I have of like squishing things down a little bit, like vertically. I'm gonna try to fix that in this line. So this is gonna be A3. Well, A is just this, but I'm just gonna categorize. Categorize. What a fun word to say. Categorize. My rows like that, just A and row. Right, let's go for this one. This one goes back to being split down the middle, interestingly enough. Right? Just down the middle. And then we're gonna... Do you see that curve that I tend to do? I think that that's just being unused. The just lack of practice with the tablet seems to cause this. I cannot draw straight lines easily. Hmm. Hmm. Now we're gonna go down the middle again. And from here, the vertex comes like down here. Hmm. I did warn that I was gonna be silent, a little bit more silent tonight. Just trying to focus and do the exercise like consciously. Maybe this line is wrong here. Maybe it's this one that it's wrong. Hmm. Was that a successful attempt? It's more successful than last night, but it's looking quite like not quite square-ish, more like rectangle-ish. Let's keep going, see what we can do. It's definitely better than last night when I attempted this for the first time. Well, following the guidelines instead of trying to do it all by um, just by eye is quite helpful. Like, really. It's they raise it a little bit. Interesting. Is this a halfway point here? Mm. Right. Hmm. Why does it end up looking so rectangle-ish? I guess it's this base square that I'm using. It's not letting me... Hmm, interesting. Let's go for the next one. This is the last one. How long has it been? Almost an hour. Well, I did yap a little bit. Mm-hmm. Right. I did a conscious effort to make it more squarish. So now we only have this much vertex here. Is this triangle here, is this space here consistent? I wonder. Is that what's happening? I'll see. Hmm. Right, the construction is fine, but I think the guideline that I placed at the beginning was way too high. Like, it should have been like around here. So I'm gonna just redraw this one, redraw this one. Even though I think the construction like worked. Let's split down the middle, and then down the middle and down the middle. That should give us like quarts and quartets, I should say. And this is gonna be our guideline. And then let's erase this. Is that better? Think so. Alright, let's do this again. Okay. Let's... Something that I didn't take into account is that this line shouldn't be that way. It should be like a little bit inclined, just a little bit, because it's like away from the middle. Like this one's fine straight, but this line and this line should be a little bit inclined. That may be affecting my ability to visualize. the full effect, so we can fix that. I'm glad I noticed it. Hmm. The effect is not quite working on that one. Maybe I'll redo it. Yeah, that's my attempt. Let's check it compared to last night. This was my first attempt, completely done by eye, like just trying to wing it. And the main mistake is that, like this, there's no real difference between these three. Like, yeah, you can kind of see it, but not really. And you just start becoming the same. Let me drink water for a second. My throat is like fucked. It probably made a very unpleasant sound there. Sorry. Need to get used to streaming. Like everything that I comes out of my mouth is gonna be perceived. Right. This was the first attempt. This was the second attempt. And it started off a little bit better, but here I start losing it, and then like these two are basically the same. These two are basically the same. This one is like different from these two, but it's basically the same as this one. So that's when I start losing a little bit of like what's supposed to be happening. So let's evaluate this. There's some mistakes, and I think they come from like not building the correct bounding box. But that's fine. Hey, who's that? Hola, Natu. Arigato. Gambarimasu. ¿Así se dice? Sí. I normally speak English. I think you can't understand me in English. I was just explaining. This is an exercise that I'm trying to do to understand perspective a little bit better. I was just showing like this was my first attempt at it. Then this was the second, and I did this one today, which is a little bit better. But I'm trying to analyze like what the mistakes are, because this one clearly doesn't work. This one's crooked. This one's fine. These ones are fine, but they start looking like way too similar to each other, and that's because this space here is way shorter than this one. But yeah, so you know what I should just do? I'm gonna take the grid from the exercise I'm doing, like from yeah, I'm gonna grab this sheet from Pete Show, the artist that I'm studying from, and I'm gonna place it directly into Clip Studio Paint, and we're just gonna use his guidelines. Ooh, that was okay. Right. So now that I have his guidelines, I'm gonna try to do it like very quickly, just very quickly. Just let me grab a darker color. Right. Right. Hmm. Alright, we just have to let me do this. And here we like start from this point here, and we start building yeah, like around there. All right, we do that, and then this one's a little bit easier since it's the 45-degree angle. Kind of just follow along like this. Right. Oh god. How does that happen? I don't know what I'm doing wrong with my key bindings. Well, I'm making the mistake that I talked about before, where this vertex should be like not quite centered with the guideline. It should be more like a little bit inclined. Just it's something like that. And here we have like this line here. Like that. did something wrong. Let me retry that. Hmm. That's not quite right. Why is this so problematic? Interesting. Such a deceptively simple exercise. Just ends up giving you quite a bit of trouble. Let's establish those two angles there. Mm-hmm. It's how's that looking? Right, so there's some mistakes here. Maybe you can fix them a little bit. Mhm. Let me identify. I don't think it's the middle point here. I think that it's still here. That's why the effect is not quite achieved. Hmm. I guess the perspective shouldn't be so like pushed. Hmm. Hmm. There we go. And then hmm. Right, so how did did this work with this guideline? Let me analyze. Now, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take a quick break, and then I'll... Please tell me that I opened my mic when I came back. Yep, I did. Okay. I forgot to press record. Well, oh well. So yeah, let's take a little break, and then I'll come back with... Right, I'm back. Right, let's try to like look at this exercise with it a little bit more closely. Now that I have not looked at it for like a couple of minutes, maybe I'll get a better idea of what is wrong with it or what is right. Just give me a second and I'm logging back into YouTube so that I can see the chat. No, that's not it. I hope that didn't pick up the money on the what am I trying to say? On the mic. Yeah, let's try to analyze what we've done. So this was our first attempt tonight, and it definitely worked out better than yesterday. Like I could see some of this as convincing boxes, but this one still made me. I'm having issues, especially on this lower line with this one, this one, this one, this one. So all of these are mistakes. This one's fine, and there's not much difference between these two. But alright, I'm a little bit tired of drawing boxes, so what I'm thinking now is that I'm actually gonna draw something for a change of pace. Let me save this file, and I'm gonna bring out a file from a previous stream, which was this one, right? Like this little witch that we drew last week when we were doing legs. But what I want is to like not necessarily develop her into a character, but as you can see, like this brush is different than this brush here, it's different than this one. Like that, I want to like clean this up, and I want to like actually try to apply things that I have learned like recently into making better, like maybe a little bit of a better face, even though I really like this thing, this flow that is going on here with her chin. I don't think that it's gonna result in this type of art that I want to make normally. And her eyes are also like very how should I say it, like they didn't quite work out how I wanted them to. Right, so yeah, let's I want to finish this. What I'm wondering now is if I really want, if I want to like, oh right, we have way more files in here than I remembered. We have quite a bit of work in here. We have that. Oh god, I hate that face. And that brush I was using was not doing me any favors. We have this one we were doing for Rika. What else do we have here? That's her wand. That's her first attempt. This isn't so bad. Like, apart from this foot that I didn't even try to draw. And that one's also alright. But yeah, I think that I wanna draw this mage, this witch. Where is she? This one? Into like a more developed piece. I don't quite know if I want to change the pose. Maybe? Like, I like the idea. Like, I'm gonna take this first illustration as like, well, this first sketch as like a concept. And I think I'm just gonna try to draw something else with this. So let me save here. No, that was... Okay, I'll just save like that. And I'm gonna delete everything else that is in this file. And we'll just skip this one. And let me very quickly build like a small reference sheet, I guess. I know that I should do these things like prior to the stream because it just breaks the flow. But I'm learning, just bear with me. I'll get better at these things in time. Alright, let me... Where's my... Okay, here it is. Let me very quickly just take a look at what I have available. Don't want to do like a super complicated pose, but I also don't want her to just be like standing there, like with her, with like her legs closed, and her arms just glued to the side of her body. Like, I want just a smidge more expression. Could this work? I think so. What about this one? Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this one. And let me grab like some quick, very quick witch stuff, like references. There's nothing major, I just want to like have a couple of, mainly for like I God, I need to stop stuttering over my words. But yeah, I just want to like have some references for, mainly for how hats wrap around the face and how hair interacts with it. So I was having a bit of issues, a bit of an issue last time with this. Suppose we can just go with that. Just gonna grab a couple from here, like at random, see if any inspiration comes from it. Oh wait, I like this. Yeah, I'm not showing you guys what my reference is, mainly because I use like I have a whole folder of other artists' work and like maybe copyrighted material, so I don't think that it's a good idea to have that on stream. So that's why I'll never have mice in my my reference sheet in there. Let me open some Raita Kazama references because he's one of my favorite artists. I just want to like see if there's anything here that I could maybe use. The thing about him is that he publishes these beautiful, fully rendered pieces that are, I mean, they're extremely inspiring to look at, but not necessarily great for studying, because, right, like, his art is just on another level, and it's just not easy for me to grasp everything that he's doing just by looking at a piece. I'll guess that's a skill that you develop with time, and the more I try to like learn from him, the more I'll learn what to look for. Yeah, okay, I'm done with this. If I'm gonna keep adding images forever if I don't stop. Oh, I remember that he did like a new collection called like 7 Witches or something. I wonder if there's something there that I like that could take as reference. Well, let's go with this for now. Right, so what I'm gonna do now with this witch is actually hide her for a second. And I'm gonna establish a new pose for her, because the pose she's in is not like terrible. There's a little bit of interest going on with, especially with the way the legs are placed, right? Like she's got this almost like a slouch going on, and then her body's doing that, and then her legs are going like that. I don't know. I find a little bit of interest in her pose, but I want to do something like a little bit more. I don't know, something a little bit more. Something a little bit more. I'm gonna with that. So let's grab this. Let's activate my reference sheet. Oh god, I made a mistake. Right. And for poses, I think I'm gonna go with this one. If you're a fan of this same artist I am, you'll probably recognize this. But I'm gonna very quickly and very loosely try to establish this pose. I'm not concerned with detail at all. In fact, I'm gonna make my brush like wider, just so that I can get like everything that I want into the page. Make sure that like it's gonna fit, I guess. I'm just being very loose. Just very loose and not quite like expressive, just very loose. See what's working and what's not. All right, and And now I'm gonna try to just make sure that proportions are working. Just a little bit. Just to make sure that I'm not going in with like a terrible base. Right? So now I can grab like the liquefy and start pushing and pulling things a little bit. By the way, I don't have like a set process. I'm not actually like presenting the way I do things. If you're here listening, I have talked about this before, but basically someone who quit art for a very large, like a very extended amount of time. I say 2 to 3 years, but was probably closer to 4. Just didn't have a like exact measurement of how long I spent not drawing. But yeah, I spent so long drawing that I have like forgotten so many things, and I'm having like not easy time coming back to things. Right, let me turn this one down and go on top of it and try to actually... I'm still not gonna be concerned with detail, like at all, but maybe start building this, at least the mannequin or puppet that I'm gonna be using. Sorry if you heard that. Like I said, I'm so not used to streaming, and the first time I stream while sick. Just try to construct this. Alright, then here we're gonna try to build a box, since it's what we have been studying. Hmm. All right. Oh, my throat is so sore. Just need to take care of myself tomorrow. Oh, like luckily, I don't have to go to work tomorrow, so I'll be able to spend a little bit more time working on this. We should be applying what we have learned. It shouldn't be just trying to copy. Alright. This shoulder is quite raised up, and this shoulder is gonna be like around there. And then we're gonna have something. Her breasts are gonna be around this area. Man, I'm so like scared of getting into trouble with YouTube because I don't know what. I guess we should give her like a bikini so that YouTube is like okay with it. But that's gonna mess with my head. Let's just tackle her breast later. Right. I wonder if people are gonna recognize this pose. Yeah, if you're a fan of Nier, you probably do. Hmm. Nati, ¿sigues por ahí? Natu. Anatul. I'm just trying to do how Chumang does it. Anatul. Right. Let's examine it. I guess I forgot to do this. Oh, it's surprisingly not that bad. I wanna... guess we can do this. Mm. Um, give me 1 second. Oh, never mind. Someone asked me if to let them know when I was gonna actually draw something, but they're already asleep. I'm gonna try to do something that an artist I've been watching recently does. Let me see what his name is. I've got him here. Um, Ara Aratakun. I guess Aratakun is his name. I haven't practiced his method or like his approach, but I've been watching a lot of his videos. I'm just trying to see if anything has like almost rubbed off on me. Like through osmosis, basically. Mm. Hmm. How are things looking so far? Is the head too big? Or is it too small? Maybe it was too big. But then she's massive. Well, it is too big, but it's not quite as much as I made it out to be. Let's clean this up a little bit. Hmm. Alright. Let's go back to the initial. So this one only moves layers. Okay. Alright, I think I want to slim her down a little bit, not because I dislike that she's like a little bit like shredded at the moment, but it's just not the character I was like envisioning. I don't want her to like this type of body type is more in the line with my other character with Pentas, which is like a bit more of a muscular woman. Let me do a duplicate of this layer. So I want to try a little bit of just a little bit of liquefy. See if maybe that gives me like Mm. Hmm. Right. Why does she still look so strong? You seem to just be bad at drawing, like, not super built people. Hmm. Quite rusty on breast, I guess. Well, I've never been good, really. Now that I think about it, it's always been one of those weaknesses that I wish I was better at. Mhm. Right. So how would we do her hair? Let's just establish like her hairline, I guess. Then we add a little bit of volume. And from here, oh, it actually goes up. Like top knot. let's just do this so that I can it can help me visualize a bit. I think that her head is way too big. Just get her details just like placed. You know what? I'm gonna make her flat. I think that that's not so common among my like the pieces I have made. They always go for like a little bit of anime proportions, but like I was looking at this and I was like, well, she wasn't so voluptuous before, so I might as well just stick to the original concept idea. Her color to be like quite high. Let me mess around with her head just a little bit more. I kind of like this thing with the. Oh, so that's what's happening. Okay. Um. I'm starting to get the impression that the BGM is just a little bit um, more annoying than I expected. I wonder how I could solve that, because out of all the three BGMs I've had, the first one I had was probably the least intrusive, in my opinion. It just seemed like it didn't get in the way of the stream. quite like those flared up. Hmm. I wonder if this is gonna be even entertaining for the stream. Because right now I'm just completely relaxed. I'm like, you know, like when you say you're getting into the zone, that's how I feel right now. I'm just like letting go of all my worries and just painting away. I guess it would be easier if I had like, well, I'm saying, what I'm saying is like it would be like easier to keep focus on speaking if I had people here with me, like people talking or stuff like that. I want her to grab her with like her, with the very tip of her finger, and I want it to be like, I want it to be like a very thin, almost sword. Wait, no, that's not what I'm supposed to be erasing. It's actually this. If she had like all her fingers extended. Hmm. I want to give her a little bit more detail in her hair. Uh, hmm. Hmm. It shouldn't be so much. It's like a loose strand of hair. It should be enough. Hmm. 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 I like where I like where this is going. Man, I wish it wasn't so sick today. I really wanted to talk more, but well, it is what it is. Let's solve this part. Hey, hello. Is anyone there? Hello, chatter. I'm a little bit silent at the moment because I've been talking for the past 2 hours. And after studying for so long, I just decided that I wanted to actually draw a piece. So I just decided, so I just went for it. And I guess I still don't have enough like practice or like experience streaming to be able to talk and draw at the same time. But welcome. I am currently drawing I guess like a witch character, and she's based on this wait, this sketch that we did last week when I was studying leg anatomy. I drew this little sketch. So today I decided to like convert her into something more elaborate. So that's what I'm doing right now. Doesn't have a name yet. So if you have a suggestion for a name, you're more than welcome to drop it in the chat. You know what? If you're here right now, I'll name her whatever you want. I'll give you that as a random chatter that stumbled upon the stream. I'll just name my OC whatever you want. Wonder if this is just a glitch and I'm just talking to myself on YouTube. I like where she's going, but I think that she's a little bit basic. I like just high fashion witch. What? Wonder what thematics like I could fit into her. Like, what type of witch is she? I think she looks quite posh, right? Like from very, like a very rich magical school, I guess. Is she a student or is she a teacher? I wonder. Or is she not part of a school at all? Let me look throughout my reference folder, see what I can find. Ooh, that's quite fun. Let me see around here. What do we have? I want to give her a more elaborate weapon. Interesting. Yeah, well, let's see what we can do with this. Hmm. All right. Man, I want to keep going, but I'm getting a bit sleepy. I'll take. You know what? I'll take like a 10-minute break, and then just to stretch, I'll refill my bottle, go to the bathroom, and just look at this with fresh eyes again. I'm liking where it is going. So yeah, I'll be right back in 10 minutes. I won't put up the be right back banner because I want people to see what's going on. So let me like, because wait. Yeah. Hmm. Yep. I'm gonna leave this here. It's because I want people to see what I'm working on. And then I'll keep going for like another hour, I think. I just wanna like take advantage of like this creative sprout that I encountered. So yep, I'll be right back. I'm gonna mute my mic though. I'll be right back. Oh, mic was muted. Okay. Um. So yeah, I'm gonna try to draw for another hour, but I'm honestly like extremely tired now. So let's just keep going. Wait, where's my chat? I moved my chat away from. Okay. Oh. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna make another layer. I'm gonna try to use this brush. Hmm. Basically doing line art. It's not what I was intending, but just want to like clean up. Shouldn't have used this brush, but let's just bear with it and see where it takes us. Let me give this legs a little bit more shape. Mm. I'm gonna make them more pointy, like more whimsy. That doesn't really work. All right. To be honest, I am quite tired and sleepy, and I'm like not focusing at all anymore. So I think that's a good place to leave it. I don't know if I'm gonna work on this tomorrow. Maybe just for a bit. But please tell me my mic is open. Yes, it is. Okay, I'm not that dumb. I want to thank everyone who showed up. I really appreciate it. No, Natu, thank you very much for showing up. Okay, I will keep doing my best. And yeah, tomorrow I will I will try to do the boxes exercise again. And then I'll see what I can study. Maybe we'll finish this piece tomorrow. Like I don't wanna like start noodling and going around with it, like creating different. Like I don't want to spend a billion years on this piece, so I'll probably just settle down and finish it tomorrow. But yeah, I think it was a very successful night, arts-wise. So yeah, thank you everyone who showed up. I don't have a catchphrase for the end of the stream, but if you somehow watch the stream or you stumbled upon it, thank you very much for reaching this point. I would very much appreciate if you leave a like and maybe consider subscribing. I promise that I can yap and talk on my streams. They are not all this silent. I'm just not used to drawing and talking at the same time. I'm normally talking and studying. It's a little bit easier, but when it's like my original art, it becomes a little bit more of a hassle, or the difficulty becomes more apparent because I'm actually putting like the effort of like coming up with something beautiful rather than just understanding a concept. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, for being here, for saying hello. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night. Have a nice night.